Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is the Papa Joe Show, where Papa Joe knows. I am your host, Papa Joe. Thanks for being here. And Happy New Year to everyone. It has been an interesting day for me so far, and we'll get into that here in a few minutes. Some fun discussions, let's put it that way. But yeah, first things first, do me a favor, like, subscribe, and share. If you like the content, smash those likes. Really means a lot to me. Those of you who subscribe, again, this channel would not exist if it wasn't for all of you amazing, wonderful folks. And just the past several months that I just started this stuff, I'm blown away with everything that you guys have all accomplished and getting people in here and stuff like that. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. For those of you who are regular here, you know I do a Patreon show in the afternoon, 4:30 Eastern. That's scroll the bottom of the screen here, and it is linked in the description of the video. So thank you for those of you who are a part of that. Without that, again, this would probably not be going to many places. So, anyways, yeah, thank you. Means a lot to me, and happy New Year to everybody. So let's see here. Who do we got in the chat? So, oh, by the way, if you're watching live, I do have a chat running live for everybody. We all try to have a conversation there. I know that you all have a conversation, but I like to try to have a conversation with you as well, if it is at all possible, depending on what we're talking about, of course, right? So, good morning, Tom, and happy to you as well. Good morning, Open-Minded Bitcoin. Good morning. Thanks for being there. Let's see here. Yes, Tom. Yes, we will all. This is going to be a fantastic. So those of you who don't know, next week I will be in Texas for the Bitcoin Ben event. Not going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to see all of you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. So good morning, Kim. How are you doing? Good morning, Busy Mountain. How are you doing? Taxman, how's it going? Good morning. Happy New Year. Let's see who else we got here. All right, yep. Well, I got pretty much everyone there. If you're live, pop in, say hey, and I'll try to bring you up here. So, but anyways, just getting back in the saddle here with work and the show and some stuff like that. And those of you who've been following me for the past several weeks, I've been talking about multiple different things that are coming down the pipe for me personally, and it's actually coming down the pipe for a lot of people. And I'm in a position here where I need to figure out, do I take a stand or do I take a stand somewhere else about some stuff that's coming down the pipe for me with my employer. I have to be very careful with what I say, just for you guys who are new, just for all of you who are not are in the group here and whatnot. Just need to be very, very careful with what I say with this. So, and maybe I should give more information this afternoon in my Patreon. But the reason I'm kind of covering it now is I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do a Patreon this afternoon, just depending on what happens with. I got to go get some stuff at my office and stuff like that. So yeah, those of you who are believers and whatnot, do me a favor and pray for me and my wife to have wisdom on some stuff that's taking place this afternoon. Well, not this afternoon, the next couple of days. We'll see, put it that way. Basically, I have to provide information on what my cookie statuses are, how many cookies I've had, if I've had any at all. And that information is going to be reported to our wonderful, not so elected people. Put it that way. Again, trying to be very careful here, so please read between the lines. I don't want them knowing that information. I don't want anyone knowing that information. I don't want any of you guys to have any of that information put out. It's none of anyone's business. And I'm going to see what it might look like from a lawsuit standpoint, maybe. I may go see what it looks like from, let's just straight up say no, see what they do, make them fire me kind of thing. That would be interesting because there's a lawsuit there as well, because it's illegal for them to force me to do that. Either way, I'll make them fire me, whatever. Either way, I'll force that there. So if that ended up happening, I'm, for what it's worth, God has seriously blessed me and my wife with lots of information and knowledge around different things, and maybe this is the catalyst for me to finally walk away from the corporate America. But there's some things I wanted to do personally that I may have to just say, nope, that's not going to happen. So, and that's fine. But this is what's happening in America to everyone. There are lots of people like really. The guy's my manager, but he's a friend of mine too. And just on a friend to friend level, like, he's not okay with this at all. But he's buying a house and he's between a rock and a hard place, and he doesn't have something to fall back on. Most people don't. That is the case of most people in America. So basically, they're saying, we're going to hold your job hostage, or you give me your information, or you're done. The thing is, if we don't stand up, like, do I take the time now? Is this where I stand up? And this particular thing, and I don't know how it probably won't even be a drop in the bucket. It won't even be a sprinkle in the bucket in the grand scheme of things. But like, what happens to the rest of everybody else? I mean, like I said, I keep saying, like, I'll be fine, but other people aren't going to be fine. If I can find a way to make a very big impact, like a tidal wave, I probably would end up very, very easily taking that stand. That's not a problem. It's more just, is it going to matter if I take the stand? If I take that path to resist the ask and bring like a cease and desist and things like that. I'm not being, for what it's worth, no, Tom, your job is not worth your life. And Tom, I'm not being forced to get eat any cookies or anything, or be gone. I'm being forced to provide my status. They want the numbers of who is and who isn't, who has eaten the cookies and who hasn't. I don't want that information going out there. I think and feel like I have legal standing in many ways to completely ignore this. I even have a religious exemption already set up from my pastor. That's also none of their business. They're an employer. I'm trading my time and my life for a paycheck. My medical status, my religious status, my whatever status is none of their business. If this was anything to have to do about, how do I say that without getting flagged? Taking the life of another who's not yet born, put it that way. Then they would be all up in arms. If this was about anything else that had to do with, say, your gender, they would be all up in arms. You have to realize that, and this is something else. I mean, I haven't. Do I just sit there and see what happens? Just let them see what happens, see what we have to deal with, or do I just put the information in and move on? I don't know where to draw the line. I think I know where I need to draw the line. I think I know where I want to draw the line, but I'm not sure. I don't know what the next step is after that. I just need to figure out what that is. So that's why I asked immediately off the bat, pray for wisdom, because it's a big decision for me to be able to do that. That's why some of the reason I started the business. God has always 100% of the time for me provided the next step, the window, the door to walk through before he allowed the other one to be closed. For example, where I was at before, where I'm at now, as far as job is concerned and career is concerned, I was the head of their IT. It was a large startup. We had a lot of fun. The thing, like, I legitimately went through with that one is the day before where I'm currently at came knocking, and I ignored it because I was happy where I was and everything. But I didn't know that the next day that I was going to be called into a manager's meeting, and be told that they're selling the business and they want to be able to work with their managers again in the future. So they're going to say, they basically said, you have 6 months. And that was one of those things like, wow, okay, God, you're definitely providing this. Well, I started my business in April of 2021. Believe it or not, April 1st. And one of those things that, a business takes time to grow. It takes time to build the relationships that I've grown and built, and the things that I've been able to accomplish in the short few months that I've had the business going has been absolutely amazing. The YouTube show here, guys and gals, y'all being here is absolutely that touches my heart in ways I can't explain. And those of you who are part of the Patreon, the same thing. It's even more so because y'all are actually paying to hear what I have to say, and it means a lot to me. And that, if I grew that enough, that would be something to do, whatever, there. But like you guys, someone here said a second ago, tax man, grow your Divvy gets $3. Me to live off your words. Absolutely. That's what I said. Like, I have multiple things similar to Divvy set up already that I could flip a few switches and I would be fine. But it's not just about me with this one. There's a lot of other people involved in this. Like, do I choose to just do that, walk away, and just take care of those things? Do I take a stand and be the voice of reason? Take this platform here and shout it to the rooftops of what's taking place, the injustices that are happening, and really just take that and run with that type of voice. Do I have a voice for those who can't have a voice? Like my manager, who's again my friend. Like, do I go out and speak out for that person? Do I speak out for those who else here? Do I be the firewall? That's what I'm sitting here going, do I do that? Because that'll be very, very, very public. You guys, most of you guys, none of you guys know where I work. It would be very public. And I don't know if I want to be that public too. There's that too. So, yeah, fun stuff. Because if I do that, that one would be very public. That would be very, very public. I don't know how to do that right now. That's the direction I have. Like, I literally have the decision. Do I make them fire me? Do I stand in the gap? Do I be that public person who might get smeared for it? I don't know. Like I said in the title, we're getting personal today. This is a very, 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 very crazy. Yeah, Openminded Bitcoin. I remember you telling me about that. You got banned from Alaskan Airlines for standing up for your rights. Yeah. And more power to you for that, brother. This is more just because of the sheer publicity that this would bring. That's what I'm weighing really more than anything. I don't know if I want that, for lots of reasons. Yes, Busy Mountain, a well-placed letter from your attorney may remind your employer that legal position might do the trick. See, they are in the mindset that they have the legal obligation to protect the business's bottom line and not worry about the fees that'll be coming from people who don't provide their information. Yeah. Bitcoin Bandicoot. Yes, exactly. It's God's timing is not our timing at all, and I'm trying to remind myself as I'm thinking through this stuff, like how that works and everything. And that's maybe this is the next door that's being opened to be able to push me more into doing more shows, to doing more of the Patreon, to doing more with my business, to really going through life and living that type of lifestyle. And this just a lot of unknowns, I think, is more of the thing. This morning I was looking through houses and stuff. It's not exactly the right location, I guess you could say, but found something that was amazing. It would be really, really cool to go obtain, but not having a job makes that very difficult. It's not impossible, but it makes it difficult. things like that. Very, 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 very interesting timing for so many things. So, I don't know. A little bit of a heavier start to the year, but literally, this is what I walked into with work today. I was like, okay, here we go. So, yeah. Let's see here. I have some couple other things that I was gonna. Busy Mountain Corporation's paying the dinosaur system need to die anyways. We're going to see something new. Yes, it's time for that to take place. I'm ready for that to all happen too. I am beyond ready for that to happen. So, anyways, I will pull over a couple of things. I did bring a couple of things up that I was going to kind of talk about that I think would be wise to pay attention to over the next few days. Again, this is all ties together, which is why I'm sitting there scratching my head going, okay, what am I supposed to do? Like, which one do I do? I don't know. Don't know. Do I just, that's what I'm trying to say. Do I take a stand just for me or do I take a stand for everybody? Because I can do both. And that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Anyways. Do that again. Lyric, being here is great. Thanks for popping in, brother. Happy New Year. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and talk about some of these other things here, kind of shift the topics here and maybe lighten up the mood towards the end of the conversation here today. So, but anyways, Busy Mountain go public, Papa? Yeah. That's more of my thinking of my family than anything. That's more thinking of my family than anything. Do I do that because that's my family too? That I would be dragging through that limelight. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm weighing. Is that. So, anyways, I'm gonna shift gears here for a second. Alrighty. So, those of you who were not aware of this happening this morning earlier on, I got a notification about this. But Evergreen shares halted, set to release inside information. China Evergreen shares have been suspended from trading on Monday pending the release of inside information, the embattled property developer said without elaborating. Evergrande, the world's most indebted developer, has struggled to repay more than $300 billion in liabilities. This includes nearly $20 billion in inflation or international market bonds that were deemed to be in cross default. I don't even know what that is. By ratings firms last month after it missed payments. We need to stick together publicly, together strong. That's what I said about this platform. Because there's lots of people following this channel already. It's not tens of thousands or any hundreds of thousands of people, but it's one of those. Do I? Because each person, what is it? 1,000. Each individual person is 1,000 people that they will talk to, or something like that. Have that kind of spread or broad or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what the statistics are, but it's one of those just be careful kind of things right now. I'll keep you guys updated. So, anyways, yeah, they were basically the trading halted for Evergreen this morning. It's something to really pay attention to. This is going to end up causing serious problems around the world from a real estate standpoint. Like I said, I found a house this morning. It's like, oh my goodness, do I spend the money and just eat it and not worry about it, or do I wait? I don't know. So many things going on in my personal life that it's just like, holy crap, what do I do? So I'm usually a very decisive person, but there's, if you could imagine a Rubik's Cube of decisions and trying to line it all up at the same time while juggling fireballs, literally balls of fire, it's just what it feels like. But anyways, so I'm going to pivot here a little bit again, and I'm going to try and also point this out here as well. Bandicoot, yes, it's a really bad default. so let's see here. All right, cool. So the Turkish inflation soars 36%. So the inflation went up 36%, highest in the EVERGREEN era. So food and drink prices are up nearly 40% year on year. Real yields deeply negative after a rate cut of 14%. The lira seesaws after the worst year in 2 decades. It's very, very, very true. So, yeah. Those of you who know Turkey's connections as far as markets in general are concerned, they're kind of an egress for multiple currencies, the US dollar being one of them, their main one for what it's worth, since it is the world reserve. It ends up causing serious ramifications around the world. I really think you guys need to pay attention to the Turkey inflation, because as it continues to go up, people are moving more into cryptocurrency with their lira, because it's a store of value, it's a transfer value. If I'm not mistaken, Erdogan or whoever it was proposed a bill to their parliament that they would be, I think, letting crypto be legal tender. I haven't seen the bill. I'm just hearing rumors of that taking place. So if you guys wouldn't mind keeping me honest, I'd greatly appreciate that very much. So something to please pay attention to. Inflation is going to wreck the economy. We're in the first trading day, first official day with all this stuff back in the markets here. And things are really wobbly. And as far as the economy is concerned around the world, we're going to see some interesting numbers come out from all of these different businesses who have gone and had their Christmas stuff. It may end up not looking pretty for most company. So yeah. Bandicoot. Yes, Rubik's Cubes, fireballs, and bears. Oh my, yes, very much so. Very, very crazy. Last thing I was going to bring up here, kind of on a high note. El Salvador's president, can never say his name, Bukele, whatever, predicts 2 more countries will make Bitcoin legal tender in 2022. President Bukele, whatever, tweeted his predictions for Bitcoin in the upcoming year, including a $100,000 price target. Yeah, that's going to be fun. So, let's see here. Let's see if I can find it. I already had it in here. Sorry for being all over the place this morning, everyone. I'm just lots of mental decisions and things happening, and yeah, fun times. I tell you what. Let's see here. Oh well, whatever. Yeah, 2 more countries will come online as legal tender. Real quick, want to come over here and look at one of our favorite coins, Polygon Matic. It's up, or it's down to $2.46. Looks like it's having some fun coming down here along with everything else. Just keep in mind, it's up a lot over the past several months, several years, whatever you want to call it. Gonna end up thinking it's gonna hit some pretty high numbers, just saying. Let's go ahead and also look over here at Divi. We're looking at today. Divi is up. Looks like it's going to continue its wonderful pattern of up and down, up and down, up and down. We need that one. I think we'll end up seeing eventually really take a run up, to several dollars, as you guys are talking about. Reason being is because there's some stuff coming down the pipe that they're doing. And actually, let me see if I can pull it up here. I don't know if I can or not. Actually, there it is right there. You guys see it in the wall? Actually, you can't see that. Let's pull this up over here. Nope, wrong button. If it'll run up, bigger, bigger, bigger. Watch the wall around the court, around the soccer field. Do you see it? This is Divi Wallet. Download now. Divi Wallet. They're also they're not here on the what are they called, the ramps or whatever. They're literally playing it around the entire stadium. That's huge. Once people start to once they catch on to what that is, it's not going to be a small little deal. That's really cool. First tweet I had there. Cool. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, go ahead and do so. It's PAPAJO42 at PAPAJO42. My original Papa Joe got deleted by Twitter because I was sharing truthful information and got shut down. But yeah, it's really, really cool. Isn't that neat? Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Divvy is going to be a big deal. They have a billion eyeballs, a billion set of eyeballs, I guess you could say, that watch those soccer games. I mean, the stadium's not quite all the way full, but it's getting there. You really, really, really need to pay attention to it. Yeah, Busy Mountain, there's a lot of soccer players that are just collapsing, and they're starting to see football players. Like there's one that was midair that caught the ball and just heart exploded. I have a friend right now who's having neurological issues from eating those cookies. Not a fun time. Not a fun time at all. Rick, how dare you share the truth? Yes. Yeah, my other channel got removed from sharing the truth. Like straight up deleted. It's gone, and then I can't have that username again. But it is what it is, I guess. So, but anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it there, folks. Like I said, I may not be able to do a Patreon this afternoon. It depends on what time I'm able to get back from grabbing all the stuff off my desk. So, hopefully, I will be back for it. If I'm not, I'll have a regular show tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern, like I always do, and tomorrow should be a more regular day for the afternoon show. But just letting you know, if I can't get back in time for the 4:30 show today, I do apologize in advance. Those of you who are part of the Patreon, it means a lot. It's the beginning of the month, by the way, which is when things charge. I guess I don't know. So if you all want to be part of it, it would be a good time to join into it. So, okay, it's $5 a month. It's really just so that I can have an unfiltered time of conversation and really have a discussion around what's happening in the world. And my next Patreon, I will be covering some interesting stuff, whether it's today or tomorrow. That I think you guys may like that one. I think you might like that one. Anyways, you guys have a wonderful and blessed afternoon, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.